A little while ago, someone who I greatly admire was discussing the afterlife, contemplating things, especially when it came to what would happen upon our own demise. And they made a remark about how it seemed like any spirit that was allegedly still hanging around, still earthbound, as they would say, they don't seem happy, yet the ones that have crossed over seem like they're okay, they're joyful. A little over 16 years in the paranormal, I've seen this for myself, and unfortunately, due to some life's extremes, much like a lot of things this person has discussed with me, this stuck. Quite a few years ago, there was a show on the CW that only lasted for like one season. It was called Forever. It was about this gentleman who was essentially an immortal. He had no clue why he was immortal. It's just that all he knew, anytime he would quote unquote die, he would wake up naked in a body of water. The show only lasted for a season, so I didn't really get to explore a whole lot behind the mechanics of it, aside from setting up the fact that there was another one like him towards the end of the series. There was a quote from that show that really stuck with me, and I think it's something that a lot of people should probably take into consideration, especially in the modern day where we have so many people that are approaching social media the way they do. And this isn't necessarily a critique, it's just me airing out my thoughts, and if you want to just write me off as some wackadoodle on the internet because of the things I get involved with, go ahead, that's your prerogative. But on this show Forever, there was a quote that really stuck with me. It is said that as so long our memory lives on, no one ever truly dies. And the main character goes on, and he goes to make a point that so long as authors and writers and poets have their works read, as long as people have their painters and sculptors have their works of art admired, their memory lives on. So therefore, the truest expressions of the human experience, of art, that's what grants people immortality. That's what makes us truly live forever. As someone who has been through certain life's extremes where even emergency service personnel have no clue how the hell I'm still alive, and who's been on the other side of this spectrum, so to speak, and who has walked back from a lot of truly dark things that most people cannot comprehend, and therefore, when they're in a public space and these figures end up tragically being afflicted by these manners, one's comprehension of the true depths of darkness, of loneliness, makes them start to create their own fantasies, their own fairy tales about what truly happened, even though they had nothing to do with it in the first place. Perhaps the reason that earthbound spirits always seem upset, it's the realization that it's over. It's the fear that it's done and eventually people move on and we're forgotten. And that's a genuine fear I'd say everybody has. So when whatever the next phase is, be it Starseed / Envoy deployments or moving on to the final resting place, whatever that may be, that comes the realization that even though they can let go of what weighed them down to this world, the story isn't truly over. So take with that as you will. And for some of you who still ask why I don't stream certain things the way I do, why I have such high critiques, I don't know. Maybe I can't help but wonder at the deeper meanings behind certain motivations. Everybody has their own journey to walk on, but the one thing that always guaranteed human survival, no matter what version of history you subscribe to, whatever version of human evolution you subscribe to, the one thing that always remains consistent is our ability to come together, to learn from those very works that we read about, that we view, that we admire. That's what it's truly about. So do yourself a favor. Take a moment to really think about what you do. Would you be happy knowing that you affected someone? No matter what you do in this life, you're going to affect people. Would you be happy with how? Well, and if not, maybe take a moment to realize what may actually bring you that happiness, to bring you that joy. Because when you truly do it for yourself, do it for what feels right, that's where your real power comes in.